Ahoy, me hearties. I'm checking to make sure that I'm good. I think I'm only streaming to YouTube and Foxhole right now. I think. Let me double check. It shows that I'm live. If you're watching on Foxhole, can you give me a 5x5? Let's see. Is it working? It seems to be. Now, I screwed up tonight because I was supposed to go on Diddy's stream. So if y'all will watch, I think on Sunday we're going to reschedule the stream. I think on Sunday we're going to reschedule the stream. Sorry. I have to open a beer and I have to share this. I'm going to share this stream out in case anybody wants to watch. For some reason, I've been logged out of all of my sessions. So, anywho, how are you guys doing? Can you give me a 5x5 if you're here? Can you see anything that, can you hear me, what I'm saying? All right. Just let me paste this and get this shared out to one other social media site because you know that I'm never quite prepared. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something I've never done before. And I'm going to invite guests. I've never done this before. All right. There, I shared it out. All right, and if y'all want to come on for an interview or a chat, that'd be great. Thirsty Something Media. Okay, thank you. Hey, Subpack Vet. Thank you for the shades. Oh my gosh. What's up, sis? Been a while since I caught your last stream. Yeah, that's probably my fault since I have no schedule. I just kind of go live whenever I feel like it, whenever I have the opportunity to. Thank you for the 5x5 Subpack Vet. Thank you. 30 something media. Thank you for being here. If you're still watching, having a bit of a hard time keeping my phone from falling over as usual. That's a problem I often have. Now, what should we talk about? Let's see. Probably election integrity. That's really all that I ever talk about is election integrity. And I have to have my phone up so I can see y'all's comments. You know what? I'm just going to... You know what else I like about this new Foxhole update is that I can red pill all of y'all's comments, which I'm going to go ahead and just do right now. I believe I've red pilled all of y'all's comments, so thank you. All right, guys. Now, Diddy and I have an event on Saturday that we're doing. Sorry about like the shake cam. Sorry about this very Blair Witch project, this whole thing. But Diddy and I have an event that we're doing on Saturday. And, you know, it's been a pain in the ass getting this stuff shared out. First, I was shadow banned. Then none of the vendors that I gave opportunities to vend at my event for free. I said, in lieu of payment, help me share this event out. And they just didn't ever help me share it out. And I've come to realize that that's my fault for allowing them to show up to this event for free. They didn't put their money where their mouth is. So they have no reason to give a damn about the event, about having a good turnout, about it going well. because they didn't invest in it. I will never, ever, ever, ever again do an event where I allow the vendors to show up and vend for free. I'll just never do that again. I can't think of a single event where I've shown up and vended for free. I thought I was doing them a favor, but the truth was I was screwing myself over. That's the truth. So we'll see how this event goes on Saturday. This is the Patriots versus Traders tour. Let me grab my... This is the... And I still have so many flyers. I mean, I've given so many out, but like I couldn't get anybody to give a crap about passing flyers out. I asked, and forgive me. I'm a little bit bitter right now because I'm dealing with kind of a lot. Trying to make everything work. You know what I mean? I know y'all know how that is. I know a lot of people know how that is. So this event on Saturday is the Patriots versus Traders tour. Okay. Patriots versus Traders. Really great event. It really is. Like, I'm sorry, but I did a good job. I don't often do a bad job. I screw up every now and then, but I don't often do a bad job. Let's see. Subpack Vet 30-something media, you guys are awesome. Everybody who's watching, you are awesome. Can I ask a question? What is this in the app update? It seems to be a game of some kind, but I'm not good at games. So we've got our Patriots versus Traders tour that we're doing. This is the first of maybe a tour. I don't know. I sure won't do my other tour stops the way that I did this one. At this event, we're going to talk about election integrity. We're going to talk about the January 6th updates. We're going to talk about Jameson Ellis, who's the man in the middle right here, challenging Dan Crenshaw. It's going to be great. I've done something different with this stream. I actually shared out the invite link for people to join as a speaker. Say, hey, come on and talk. Let's do like an interview. I've never done that before. And I honestly did it because it was easier to do than to figure out how to share from my phone the link where people can just watch. So if y'all are following my Telegram page, y'all can feel free to come on and talk. Aw. Subpack that said, hell, I'd have hooked you up. I at least try to stay good to my word, sis. No, thank you, Subpack that. I really appreciate it. And Crisco13 says, hey, beautiful, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for calling me beautiful. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Do you know that? Never mind. Well, you know that it took a long time for me to be okay with the way that I looked because the person that raised me told me that honestly, like, I should really not talk about it, but told me that I was ugly and like I'm trying to be more comfortable with how I look. 4 or 5 simple games. Okay, that's what that is. That's what I was wondering. I was like, are those games? They add games. You can sit there and play games. That's kind of cool. Anywho, I'm a little overwhelmed. Also, an update on my stalker. I can't get my stalker to leave me alone, but like that's kind of, I guess, what stalkers do is they just bother you. And my stalker, despite being asked repeatedly by multiple people to leave me alone, not to show up at my events, has just tried to RSVP for my Saturday event. And of course, my stalker is one moderator on one platform. She moderates for 7 different people, but like the one person that she's obsessed with that I actually know is the only reason that she's even targeting me in the first place. And yeah, he's asked her multiple times to stop, and she just won't. She just won't. She wants now to paint it as though I'm slandering her by telling people what she's doing to me. So it's like, attack somebody, and then when they tell people what you're doing to them, sue them for defamation. Good plan, right? Nice try. So, and if y'all don't know about my stalker situation, I can update you on that. It's just not the most, it's not my favorite story to tell, but I can tell you about it. I can tell you who she is. But she might be watching. You know who also might be watching? My Tarrant County elections administrator, Hyder Garcia, might also be watching. Crisco says I can't get the directions to move on my games. Not that I'd play them, but I did try it when I first found it. Oh no. The directions don't move? Someone tell Methods. Someone at Methods. Subpack Vet says, sis, you're beautiful no matter what anyone says. Hey, Boom, can you turn down the X-Files, Boom? Yeah. My daughter watches the X-Files to go to bed. And it's kind of loud right now. I don't know, Boom. It's past her bedtime, but we often stay up until like 11:30 midnight watching the X-Files. Wake up at 6:30 or 7 to go to bed. To go to school and work. Subpack Vet, you might know who it is. You might know. I don't know if you follow me online, but you might know who it is. Boom. Yeah. Go on, turn it down, Boom, and turn the light off, and it's about time for you to go to sleep, okay? I don't know where the remote went. From one old gal to a young gal, you are beautiful and smart, so they can F right off. Thank you. Thank you so much. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go and find the remote to the TV. Okay, will you lay down? Go to mistake this morning from my secretary. All I know is I was supposed to meet him. It's right here. Oh. He didn't leave a number, and I couldn't call him. Okay, it's about time to go to bed. Okay. All right. As soon as we're done with that episode, okay? It's bedtime. Let's see. Subpack Vet says you gotta mash those directions to make them move on these new Foxhole games. So, my apartment looks kind of spooky in these lights. So, I was supposed to be, and I want to apologize because I was supposed to be on a live stream with Diddy tonight, with Diddy and Johnny. But we set it up last minute. I had another event that I had already said I would show up at, and we rescheduled for Sunday. So Sunday we will have another live stream that we do on Sunday that we're going to cover the same topics with. So thank everybody for being here, and I'm sorry about the last minute stream. But again, I don't know, do what you can. So this is a last minute attempt because I don't know what else to do, because I had, for a month I've been sharing this information out with all of the vendors, and they just don't share the event. I asked for, in lieu of payment to be a vendor at my event, to share out the event, to share out the flyer and the RSVP directions. They just don't do it. And 2 of them called me today, 2 days before my event, to ask for details about the event, which I've been sending out for over a month to their emails. And one of them told me today, well, I never check my business email. I just never check that email. And I'm like, then why did you give it to me last year? I've communicated with you on that email before. So, well, I just never checked that email. So for over a month, they could have been sharing out my event flyer and getting people that follow them to RSVP, helping me get this out because I'm heavily shadow banned. But they just didn't. They just didn't. They just didn't. I really don't know, like, what else to do. What I know next time is that I will never, ever, ever let vendors set up at my events for free. Because I think that if I had made them pay for a vending event, they would have taken this event more seriously and shared it out more. However, it was a risk to some of the people that are pictured here to share it out because my stalker is obsessed with one of my speakers. Obsessed. I mean, like, Fatal Attraction obsessed. And she hates me. She hates me. And she will not allow him to share out anything without her giving him endless hell and blackmailing him, saying all this stuff. She's going to do all this stuff. I don't know. It's just stupid, crazy stuff. All right, but it's not been easy for us to get this event shared out. And we shouldn't have to rely on one person with a large following to bring in everybody for an event. We should be able to rely on everyone else who's going to be profiting off of the event to help. Well, is what I get for that. This is what I get for thinking, right? That's something I need to stop saying. That's something that my mother always said to me, when I would try to think of a solution. And I would say, well, I thought this would work. I thought we could do this and that would work. She would say, well, that's what you get for thinking. So I feel like this is what I get for thinking, right? Thinking that I was doing the right thing or that I was doing something that would benefit more people than just me. This is what I get for thinking. Very creepy. Subpack vet, yeah. Creepy is an understatement. If I had a rabbit, she'd probably have already boiled it in a pot. I'm telling you, she is Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. She is. Have you ever seen the movie Swim Fan? Swim Fan is like from the like late 90s or early 2000s. Yeah, that's her. She's the main character in Swim Fan. Very creepy, and I know creepy because I can be creepy. I have a creepy smile. Like, I can't ever smile without it being creepy. Like, I have a creepy smile. That's like the number one thing that all my friends say. That's like the number one joke. I have a very creepy smile. I know creepy. This is beyond creepy. Yeah, I would say, psychotic. Psycho. Not just creepy. Right? I can work with creepy. I have worked with creepy for a long time. This woman is psychotic. Yeah, exactly. You would think vendors would want the word out. Right, exactly. What they actually want is, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need people in this movement to put their money where their mouth is, to support the right people, to spend money with the right people. That's why I only do on any of my events at Patriot-owned events. I'm not going to sit there and enrich people that couldn't give a shit about what we're doing. And I'm sure as heck not going to enrich people that are opposed to what we're doing. You know what I mean? I only do events at Patriot-owned businesses, Patriot-owned venues. I try anyway. I've done a good job of sourcing them. But, it's like a lot of people, because I didn't charge them, they just think, oh, okay, and they don't take it seriously. So, no, we need to be charging. If you're speaking at an event, if you're hosting an event, if you're vending at an event, all of this costs money. All of this costs money. And you should expect to be compensated for if you're offering something. Now, if you have the opportunity to make money, right, you should expect to pay up. If someone, if it's a mutually beneficial thing, you pay a reasonable amount. If it's an event where, I don't know, if it's an event where you normally wouldn't have had the opportunity, there are some events where you'll pay a lot more. There are some events that people might say, okay, you can do it for free. That's what I tried to do. I tried to say, you can do it for free. You don't have to pay me. Well, guess who got screwed over then? That's right. Yours truly. As usual. It just gets old. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that I was told, but I didn't make the connection. When you don't value your work, or when you give your work away for free, people think it's not worth much. When you undervalue your own work, people think it's not worth much. And I know unfortunately, I learned that lesson often, over and over. But I thought that I was supposed to do this. I thought that the message from God was to get in there, fight the fight, but at the same time keep your head down, get the message out. I thought it was for free. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember anymore. I just thought that I was supposed to get the information out to people who needed it. You know what I mean? God didn't mention the part where I get screwed regularly. Let's see. Yeah, control freaks and jealous green monster, they are dangerous. She's very dangerous. She truly is. That's why I have multiple police reports out about her. Event insurance, venue rent, security at all costs. Yep. Yep. So like how do we market that to get to the point where we're actually spending money with Patriot owned venues and investing in other people doing the right thing instead of spending $50 at TGI Fridays, where they couldn't give a damn if the communists take over our schools and our economy. How do we get to the point where we're saying, okay, let's spend that $50 at a Patriot event where we can learn stuff, we can get brought in, we can get brought up to date, and the money goes to somebody that's doing something right? How do we make that shift? Like it's over here. No, wait, it's over here. This is my left. This is your right. This is my left. How do we shift it from the left to the right? I don't know. I really don't. I know how to do some things. I don't know how to do everything. If y'all have any ideas, let me know. Pretty sick and tired of being sick and tired of everything. And I don't even remember what I was going to talk about going live, because I'm up later than I expected to be, and I had to start this live stream before midnight, but my girl's not asleep yet, so it's all kind of awkward. I could put on a heavy metal album until she falls asleep.
No, you're not.
How about Black Sabbath?
No.
How about Dio?
You know what kind of music I like? The silent kind.
Silent kind of music?
Yeah.
Well, it's quiet now.
And it's gonna stay that way.
So let's go to bed, okay?
Okay.
Good night, my love. She's sassy. This is what I get. This is what I get for being so sassy myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Anywho. Thank you guys for being here. I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to be on with Diddy tonight. Diddy and Johnny. We've rescheduled for Sunday again. And if any of you guys want to Diddy says, I was looking at renting out local fairgrounds. My area is ultra red, and a couple ads in the local paper, and an interview is my plan. I think that's a good idea. I think that's a pretty good idea, Subpack Vet. But be sure to have a plan to make your money back. Unless you're able to lose that money. If you're able to lose that money, then you'll be, honestly, I'd file it as a write-off, a tax write-off. But I would like to recommend that you try to find a way to. Chris got 13. Did you hear her? Did you hear my sassy girl? Yeah, she sometimes comes right up to the balcony and listens. So she's a good girl. Yeah. Yep. The parents curse. I wouldn't say curse though. Blessing for sure. Blessing. Definitely a blessing. But yes, Subpack Bet. If you do that, definitely charge your vendors. Even if it's a menial amount, make them pay something so that they've already invested in it. Because that's my thing. What I should have done was I should have charged them less money than normal, but still charge them so that they had actually like invested in this. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of awkward now at this point. It's kind of awkward. So yeah, it probably was a good show. I wasn't able to make it on, but Diddy and Johnny do a really good job normally just covering the news. So they work on their what they're going to cover regularly, and then even when stuff pops up last minute, they'll work that in if they need to, you know. So I'd like to go and rewatch that and see if they covered any of the Nord Stream pipeline sabotage. And it was a sabotage. Joe Biden already promised once he would do something about that if he needed to. So clearly he felt like he needed to. Yeah, go ahead and do it, Subpack Vet. You don't have to tell me where you're located, but if you're in Texas, let's work it out. Let's work it out. So, if anyone's watching on YouTube, I can see the comments too. I doubt anyone is, except maybe Hyder. Hi, Hyder. Hyder, I want to thank you for everything that you've done lately. You've done such a good job. You still need to order those ballots pre-numbered consecutively, beginning with the number 1. Go ahead and do that, and we'll be good friends. We'll be friends at that point. So, we've got some poll watcher trainings coming up. It's really important. If you guys are not already working the elections, you need to be. You need to go ahead and sign up and call your county's GOP and ask if they have enough Republicans to cover all of the polling locations through early voting and election day, because those are going to be 2 different teams. Early voting staff is going to be different from election day staff. So if you would, call your local GOP and ask if they have enough people. Our local GOP was telling everybody at least 2 weeks ago that they were fully staffed. Well, I get a text from somebody from my rival election integrity group today saying, oh, guess what? They've got 18 locations where they don't have anybody. Do you know anybody? Can you spare anybody? It's like, all the people that I already encouraged to go and apply were told that they don't have any, that they're fully staffed. They don't need anything. They don't need anybody else. So now I got to go back and tell people, hey, remember when you were told, when you called and they told you we're good, we don't need anybody? Yeah. Was a lie. There's 18 locations that they don't have any conservatives working. Thanks, Dana Trowbridge of the Tarrant County GOP. So even if you're told once, like when you call your local GOP, call them back and ask them again and be like, are you actually fully staffed or were you bullshitting me? Because you gotta ask the right questions. Otherwise you won't get the right answers. Right? So we just ask, do you need anybody? And they feel at the time, they feel like, no, you have to ask, are you fully staffed? And if they tell you, yes, we're fully staffed, then you have to say, okay, great to hear. Are you lying to me about that? Because that's what's happened. That's what's happened here in Tarrant County. Our establishment, um, especially one Dana Trowbridge, she is the what is she? She's the I don't even know. She's like the secretary of the Tarrant County GOP, but she does like a lot of the work, and she likes to wait until the last minute and then freak out that she doesn't have enough poll workers. But when people call ahead of time and try to get on, she likes to tell people, "We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you." She likes to freak out last minute and be like, "We don't have enough precinct chairs to go block walking." But then the same bitch tried to form a precinct chair vetting committee to make sure that like walkaways couldn't get in, metalheads like me couldn't get in, election integrity activists like me couldn't get in. They successfully defeated the vetting committee, the precinct chair vetting committee, but they have a failsafe. And now, if someone like me or anyone else in the election integrity community applies to be a precinct chair, they put us through the ringer. They just they successfully separated one election integrity um, activist from the rest of the appointed or the nominated precinct chairs, and they successfully, these rhinos, these establishment people, successfully pushed her nomination off to the next committee. So her nomination is still in limbo. North Idaho. Charge going rate, then give them the coupon, make them feel special. Okay, you're up in North Idaho. I can't do a lot there, but you can do a lot there. You can do a lot. So, Peck Bet, do y'all grow a lot of peaches in Idaho? Because I was driving past one of our local green grocers today, and they were advertising that they had Idaho peaches. And I was like, oh, everyone knows Georgia peaches, but does Idaho have good peaches? Because that was weird. And I thought, well, we should stop by and grab an Idaho peach. I didn't. I didn't know. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Okay. I don't know why. I just remembered this randomly. Okay. A glossary of terms. If y'all don't follow me on Telegram, I've been talking about releasing a glossary of terms. I'm a little bit obsessed with this concept. So in a glossary of terms, it would be terms related to election integrity. So it would be like, you know, PVRs, CVRs, BBMs, BMDs, DREs, and then the NGOs, the EAC and other in like NGOs, the TAEA if you're in Texas, there's other organizations. So a glossary of terms. So I'm going to type it up and then I'm going to do mini videos. I think, like 3 minutes or less per video on each of these terms. Do you think that would help you guys? Do you think that's a good idea? Crisco and Subpack Bet? I think it would really help a lot of regular people. That's obviously just my opinion, but I think that it would help. Some of these terms people might already understand, but I think that this type of thing would really kind of push ahead. Oh, he says Idaho has great peaches. Ooh. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and buy some. I'm gonna go buy some peaches. I'm definitely gonna go and buy some peaches. So I will buy. You know what? I'm going to over to the Greens grocery. I'm gonna buy some Idaho peaches, which is I didn't know was a thing. I had no idea. Washington has great fruit too. It must be y'all soil. Y'all soil must produce high quality fruit. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So a glossary of terms. This is the concept that I'm a little bit. I can't really get it out of my head. I think God wants me to do a glossary of terms. No one else has really done it, so I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll put it on my website. I'll share it out for everybody, and I will give it to any organization that can do something with it that will get it out there faster, which is kind of how I've been with all of my work. I'll give my work to anybody that will get it out there. You know what I mean? I'll do what I can. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. We've got someone joining us right now. We have TX Chick has joined us. Oh, and she's gone. TX Chick, if you want to come back, you can join us. So Packvet says, Washington does have good fruits, but I hate Washington taxes. That kills it, doesn't it? All the good fruit in the world, but if they tax the crap out of you, then, TX Chick, you can feel free to come back if you want to talk. Otherwise, you can sub to me you can go and check on my YouTube or my Foxhole if you like. So I guess let me double check my Telegram and see what's going on. Well, no comments or anything. I mean, I guess I could have left some context on my Telegram, but why leave context? I give enough context in my reports about everything. Apples, pears, peaches, cherries, grapes, berries, all kinds. Apricots, plums. Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know Crisco. So we've got Crisco and Subpack Vet, and there have been northern states, and they say that their fruit is really good. So all right. So there's someone called Girl Wonder Girl Wonder, if you could turn on your microphone and or your camera, then we can add you into the stream. It's telling me that your mic and your camera are not connected. So if you can do that, then we can add you in. And you can talk if you want. Or you can just hang out and watch. It's fine. Whatever you want to do. Let's see. We all do, and the mail-in votes suck. Cheating ass wipes. Yeah. Cheating ass wipes. Yeah. So, so I'll do the glossary of terms. Poll watcher, poll observer, they're different in every state. Poll challenger, some states call them challengers. So we'll do that. I'll do that, and I'll make sure that the terms that vary from state to state, we can sort of clear them up and unify them under one general idea. Girl Wonder, just connect your microphone and or your camera. You don't have to show your face on camera, but if you connect your microphone, then I can add you in and we can talk about whatever. World famous huckleberries. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. I don't know what a huckleberry tastes like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what a huckleberry tastes like. So volcanic fertilizer. And you do up in Washington. You do have a lot of rain. So I guess it's a good combo. Your fruit probably tastes great. We have pretty good fruit here, I think. We have pretty good fruit here in Texas. But what do I know? I only know Texas fruit. So all right. So we'll do. What else was I gonna do? I think I had something over here I was working on. So the glossary of terms. I have a piece of hair in my nose. Glossary of terms. Oh, our Dallas County report is coming out soon, and it's been a while. We should have I should have released it a while ago, but it's pretty good, and so I wanted to make sure that we had um, everything documented. So we're going to do glossary of terms. We're going to do the Dallas County primaries, and this has to do with. So as far as election integrity goes, the Dallas County primary report has a lot to do with the result tapes not being printed. Has a lot to do with the lies that you get out of county election administrations because they're really egregious. They're very blatant, and it has to do with the Secretary of State's abuse of Texas election codes. That's another thing. Thank you. That reminds me. We have legislation for reform that we have to draft. We've got abolishing 43.007. We've got amending Chapter 128. And we've got adding due penalty. Now, adding due penalty to election codes is constitutional from the state constitution because the state constitution says that all of our election codes shall be enforced under due penalty. So we need to, and there's a lot of election codes that are not associated with a due penalty, so we need to add that. And then also adding an enforcement mechanism. So I have a lot of work to do. I had to write down my other work that I have for my other organizations too. Sorry. Should have not gone live tonight, but I felt kind of bad, felt kind of bad. Whatever. Got things that I want to do. Whatever. So, thank you guys. I will. I will definitely do that, subpack bit. I will do that. Don't worry about that. My other reports will be available for download on my website. I'm gonna also red pill that. I think Crisco red pilled that. I'm gonna red pill that too. Most of my reports are available on my website, but the glossary of terms is something that I think needs to get out like to more and more and more people. So when I share that, if y'all wouldn't mind downloading that and sharing it yourselves to every platform that you're on, that would be really great if you could do that. Because this is something that I really think this is something that's been overlooked, in my opinion, by most of the people. Some of us, we get so deep into the weeds, right, that we have a really hard time backing up and looking at the big picture of things. So, as far as the glossary of terms go, this needs to get out to as many people as possible. What do you think? Do you think I should sign it with my name, SubPackVet and Crisco, and all my other lurkers? Do you think I should sign it with like Taking Back Texas, or should I just make it generic? Sometimes, people don't like, like with my whole stalker situation and with the local GOP, they know who I am and they don't like me. So would it be better if I just made it and just sent it out and there's no official connection to who I am that's actually done it? Do you think that might be better? I might just make it and not sign it, which is how I used to do my reports. I used to not sign my reports at all. and I would give them to anybody, and I would say, use this, whatever, whatever. Subpack Vet and Crisco, we should do. I wish we could do like farmers market. Oh, you know what? We're gonna start a farmers market here in Arlington, and we'll give you all the template. And it's called We the People Fest. Okay, and you just give us a royalty of everything you sell, and you use We the People Market. So, thank you, Subpack Vet. I really appreciate that. I very much appreciate your willingness to help out. Um, So I may or may not sign it Taking Back Texas, or I just may make it. But I'm gonna be making the videos on each term. So screw it. I'll just put Taking Back Texas. Whatever. I'll just put Taking Back Texas on there, and I'll make a video of each term, 3 minutes or less, to explain them. All right, and we'll add to it as we go. If we think, oh, okay, this needs to be added to the glossary of terms, we'll do that. We'll add to it as we go. Should be fun. I don't know. I just do what I can. Okay, I mean you're right, Subpack, but he says I think that would have to be your decision. Yeah, I mean I make decisions all the time. Some of them get me a lot of hate. Some of them um, seem to go over fine. So I don't know. You're right though. It's gonna have to be my decision. I'm just gonna have to go with it. Go with my gut, I guess. Thank you. Um, So again, we're going to start with like PVRs, CVRs, BMDs, DREs, um, PIAs, FOIAs, ORRs, the EAC, TAEA, and other examples of things like the TAEA. All of these things, BBMs, right? All of these things. Poll watchers, poll observers, poll challengers, which are all really the same thing. We'll cover all of this so that people can get on the same page. And honestly, how effective do you think a glossary of terms could be? Ooh. How effective do you think a glossary of terms could be on the globalist doublespeak that we all have to deal with? I think it could. I'm getting a message. I'm getting a download right now that it could potentially undo the spell of the globalist doublespeak. Let's do that. Do you see that? Do you see this smile that I had? Is creepy. When I told you earlier that I have a creepy smile, that's what I'm talking about. So the globalist doublespeak. I think that this glossary of terms could totally undo the damage inflicted by the globalist doublespeak. So let's see if we can get that done. That could be cool if we could do that. If we could undo the spell, if we could break the spell with the truth, right? Plain, simple truth. Nothing fancy, nothing evil or ritualistic about it. Just the truth. That would be good. That could be good, right? I mean, they say knowledge is power, and I agree with that for the most part, right? Crisco says, your work, if you be proud of it, sign it. Okay. I won't put my name, but I'll put my organization down. Oh. You know what? That's such a good idea, Crisco. I never even thought of that. How did I never even think of that? I'm glad this is the thing. This is why we need so many people on this. This is why we need so many people with eyes on. That's a great idea. I never thought of that. I'm not even going to say it out loud because only the people on Foxhole can see your comment. I'm not even going to say that out loud, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Genius. That's so smart. I never, ever thought of that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Oh my gosh, I really like that idea. Okay, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna call myself Crisco 13. I'm just kidding. Oops, I guess I just gave away what I'm gonna do. But that's a great idea. So that's what's coming up next. The Dallas County primary report finally. And a glossary of terms with short videos for each term. Should be good. Should be good. We the People Market. We're going to do that too. Our event on Saturday, Patriots versus Traders. Should be good. And on Sunday, I should be on with Diddy and Johnny. Should actually be on. So, if y'all want to tune in for that, I think they're streaming not just on Foxhole and Pilled, but on Rumble and I don't know about YouTube, but definitely on Rumble. Oh, and on Telegram. They figured out how to stream on Telegram. I don't know how to do that, but Mark the Canadian is going to show me how. If y'all know Mark the Canadian, when him and I can work out a schedule between Canada and Texas, he's going to show me how. So, and then I'll stream here. I'll stream on YouTube. I'll stream on Rumble. I'll stream on Locals and Telegram. Now, on the 1st, Trump will be having a rally, but it's just going to be a bunch of boring people speaking until Trump comes on. And Trump should come on around the time that we're wrapping our event up. So we'll switch over and start broadcasting the Trump event around the time that we're done. So I'm going to... I mean, that's true, Crisco. I sure don't want to be Arkansas-ed. I sure don't want to be... I don't want to be given the Hillary treatment. It's too late by now, though, to be quite honest. I've made it onto several lists. I just made the list. So, I'm not even famous. Which sucks for me, because it's easier to do away with people that aren't well known. Much easier. Ask Seth Rich. Oh wait, you can't. He got taken care of. So, well, if y'all have any questions, I'm about to log out. Girl Wonder, if you wanted to connect, if you could connect your mic and/or your camera, we could talk. Girl Wonder. Other than that, I'm probably gonna sign off soon. Y'all let me know if there's anything that you have questions on. I appreciate y'all showing up, and I'm very sorry that I wasn't able to get on with Diddy. Super sorry about that. But shit happens, right? I'm broadcasting live to YouTube, to Foxhole, and that's it right now. So, but you guys are great. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of your insight around the glossary of terms concept. Jonan OKC 007 sees. I heard that True Ho in Canada is out of office. What happened to your friend that went to the... Oh, you know what? I don't know what's up with Trudeau. Other than I'm sure he's had his a manicure this week, but I really don't know what's going on with him. That's a good question. I have not heard that, but I don't often keep up with Canadian politics. Mark the Canadian is the closest I get to Canada. So Who went to the? So, Crisco, are you talking about Kelly Sorrell? Is that who you're talking about? I spoke with her for several hours last week. It was good to hear from her. It was great. It was refreshing to hear from her. She is my friend. Um, what to say about Kelly? Kelly is being. Oh, that's okay, Subpack Vet. Don't worry about it. You fold your laundry. It's okay. I'm okay with lurkers. Y'all don't have to. Y'all don't have to leave any comments at all. I mean, I'll still talk and run my mouth for an hour. What to say about Kelly? Okay, Kelly is in a bad spot. Kelly is my friend. I care about Kelly. Kelly and I, we've got a we've got a pretty deep-seated connection that I'm not sure that I'm ready to explain yet, or that I even can explain yet. It's something that has taken a long time to come to where it's at right now. Um, it's stuff that I don't even think I can really um, explain. It's stuff that, okay. So Kelly and I are connected on a certain level. Um, I was on it January 6th. I don't believe she went into the building, though. I don't believe those charges that are levied against her are genuine. Okay. And I also know that we all happen to be anons. So we happen to all be here because we're all anons with the Q movement. Um, there's more to Kelly than a lot of people understand. Some people would be very quick to accuse her of having lost her mind. And I was there too. Like, I understand because, like, when she was telling me last year that the FBI was following her, I thought she had lost her mind. I genuinely did. I felt so sad because I thought she had lost her mind. And now to see her picked up by the FBI after I know that they took her phone and made a copy of it, which means that they have all of our conversations that we had, all of her conversations with everybody else. It's a different type of sadness that I feel. It's a sadness for somebody that I had disagreements with because I didn't believe them. I didn't trust I didn't, we had strategic disagreements, right? But it's a sadness of seeing a friend be picked up by the feds that I don't trust. It's a sadness of me not having had faith in what she was saying. And it's just, it's hard. It's hard to talk about because there's some stuff that I don't feel comfortable talking about. It's too, it's a lot. So Kelly is, because of who Kelly is, other people might speak with her and think that she's lost her mind. But I know who she is. And given the situation, she's actually in a decent place mentally than most of us would be. She's in a better place mentally than most of us would be. Okay? In her situation. But she's in a very, very hard spot. There's something she really wants to get out there. And that is the concept that, okay, how do How do I say this? Hang on, give me a minute. How do I say this? Let me just. How do I say this? Okay. Basically, Kelly wants people to understand that God is in control. All right. We need to have faith. We need to have love. And without these things, we can't get to the next level. Without love, without faith, we can't get to the next level of action to be able to get the results that we need, to see the results that we need. It's very, very important. And as often as I question her and I disagree with her, I agree with her as often. She's not wrong. Like, she's not wrong at all. It's the same things that we know when we stop what we're doing and before we go to sleep at night, that we all think. Right before you go to sleep, you think to yourself, if we could only love and trust one another, things would be easier. Yeah. We've got to work on this message. This is our responsibility, right? Some things in this world, and this is a lesson that I've learned, some things that happen in this world, they're not our fault, but they are our responsibility. So what will we do when we're dealt a bad hand? We throw a fit. I've been guilty of that several times. Several times I've thrown a fit. And it's, because it's like natural. Sometimes it's a natural form of resistance. We have to let go of the resistance. We have to, in a way, ignore what's happening and focus on what we want to happen, or not what we want to happen, what we're praying for, what we know God will provide if we get our heads right. Okay? If we don't have our heads right, we're not going to be able to properly pray. And what I've learned recently, very recently, is that praying is not begging. How I used to pray was I would beg God. I would say, God, please, please, God, give me this thing and I'll do everything. I will dedicate my life to you. I will, make sure that my daughter dedicates her life to you. I'll, do all this. Please, God. It was like a negotiation, right? That's not how it's like not how this works. And I didn't know that. I was not raised with religion. So I didn't know that praying is not that way. That praying is communicating with God and knowing that what you put out there, you will get back. Okay. You don't negotiate with God. You align with Him. And Him being, some people say, oh, God's a female. I don't care about doing all that. I don't care about that game. Okay? Knowing that myself and God, we're not very far apart. We're closer than I ever thought. You and God are one. I and my Father are one. And I receive what I pray for. I don't pray for bad things. Because if I pray for bad things, I'll get bad things. But that's not why I don't pray for bad things. I don't pray for bad things because it's a waste of time. Jesus is the only way we will see it through alive. Jesus told us this stuff. Now the Catholic Church and other churches have tried to control some of what, we know. But faith is knowing. Faith is knowing. And Kelly knows that. I swear y'all would probably think that Kelly's lost her damn mind if you spoke to her. Or if we did an interview. But seeing the world today and who's running it, and then thinking that Kelly's the one that's lost her mind, it's just a matter of perspective, really. Kelly, there's not very many people like Kelly out there. Kelly, despite our disagreements, Kelly is my friend. And Kelly understands a lot more than a lot of people. And please pray for Kelly, please. Because they're trying to make, some people are trying to make an example out of her. Other people are trying to protect her. It's a mixed bag in our government, isn't it? Isn't it? You don't need to, Crisco says, you don't need to bargain with our Heavenly Father. He knows before you ask. The bride of Christ is a planetary defense system so humanity is not wiped out. Well, the bride of Christ. Never heard that term. They think we've all lost our minds. Remember, they say we're cults. Yeah. Projection. Projection is their only skill, and they've honed it to perfection. They are the cult. Yeah. It's okay. Let them say what they will. The elites are seeking the Georgia Guidestone rules to kill the billions on this planet. Yeah. Well, those Guidestones didn't stand the test of time, did they? What a day. Did y'all celebrate the falling of the Georgia Guidestones like I did? It should be a national holiday. In my opinion, it should be a national holiday. Fall of the Georgia Guidestones Day. So, Kelly. There are not very many people like Kelly out there. A rare gem, Kelly is. Please pray for her. Please. I've gotten what I've prayed for recently. So I know that what we pray for, it is possible for us to obtain. I know it. I suppose it's a matter of faith. This part is a matter of faith. And I have it. I have the faith. I think y'all do too. Those stones, they're gone. That's right. Did you see that? Have you ever seen a demolition crew respond so quickly? Because, damn. Thank you. Kelly will get my prayers, and I'll pray for all MAGA. Thank you. Um, and even more than that, someone, Duppy, hi Duppy, how are you? Someone told me that Elbert County is saying they are going to rebuild the Guidestones. Well, with what money? Ooh, if Ellis County does it, that'll be subject to open records requests. They weren't built with county funds, only the permit was issued by the county. I wondered if RC Christian would come forward to make an insurance claim if they rebuild them with county funds. Oh, it's going to be an open records fest. Yes, and pray for Florida and any others in the storm's path. Yes, that's thoughtful of you, Crisco. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Elbert County would do that to themselves. They know how much we enjoyed watching them fall. Why would they set themselves up again? Why would they do that? Very odd. Again, everybody, feel free to brace yourselves. Brace for the G's, you know? Brace for the G's of the massive amount of open records requests that are going to come through with any attempt to rebuild the Georgia Guidestones, especially with county funds. They better not. They better not. They better not. Please do pray for Kelly. Please do. And more so than praying for Kelly and MAGA, if you would please, if you would please, um, Jonan, actually, if you go to Elbert County's website and you look up the Georgia Guidestones, there is somebody who does know who RC Christian is, and that man is still alive. They admit to that. They admit to that much. But more than just praying for Kelly and MAGA, could you please pray for please pray to God that more people will work on loving themselves and other people. I know I need help with that. And I know that if I do, I'm one of many people that needs help with that. Out of many, I'm just one. So if you guys could help us as far as, you know, bringing around the shift that we need to see. That is the great awakening. We're almost there. We're almost there. Duffy said that would be funny to see them get blown up again. True. John in OKC. Okay, got you, John. I might still call you Jonan because that's funny to me. Let's see. We don't own that land anyway, so county couldn't rebuild it without owner's permission. I mean, that's true. That's true. So, how do y'all feel about helping me push out the message that Kelly wants pushed out as far as loving yourselves, loving other people, and like rising above what we're dealing with? How do you guys feel about helping me push that message out? It's very important to Kelly, and it's not really my main vibe, but I really think it's probably most important to do. I'm just And I told her I would try to help her get this out. So, how do y'all feel about helping me with that? Pushing that out there. That before we need to rebuild trust, right? In order to get anything done in this world. But before we get to trust, we have to establish love, right? I like Jonan. I'm gonna call you Jonan from now on. Hello, John and okay, so I'm gonna call you Jonan. Sounds Japanese, doesn't it? Anywho, Jonan and Crisco and Duppy and everybody, a subpack vet, everybody else. How do y'all feel about helping me push out this message of establishing trust through building loving mechanisms, like a loving way of communicating, a loving way, because evil begets evil, love actually begets love. We have to push it out there in order to get it back. You know what I mean? Can y'all help me with this? Because I struggle with this myself and I'm trying to get better. I'm really trying. But I do have to try. It's not easy. It's not natural necessarily for me. The world needs more hugs. Yes. And I can't we can't hug everybody. Even though sometimes you want to. You know what you could do though? You could do like a spiritual hug. This sounds so gay right now. Like, sorry if anyone here is gay. I don't mean any offense. This sounds so fruity right now, but the truth is that, you know, you could potentially do an energetic sort of embrace. You know what I mean? As opposed to a spiritual hug, you do an energetic embrace, a loving embrace, putting it out there. I think maybe people could pick up on that if enough of us do it, right? If enough of us raise our vibration, then we could potentially, have more influence over what we're doing, over what we need to do. I'm all arched over because I moved my desk around, and now I don't. Now I'm sitting on my. I don't have like any actual furniture in my living room, other than my 120-year-old family furniture that I inherited. It didn't come with a couch. So I have a fold-out chair right now, so I'm sorry if I'm all arched over in a weird angle. I'm sorry about that. Okay, guys. Help me with this. Let's make this trend. All right? I really appreciate it. If we as the public can unite on the need to survive this mad time by loving each other and being kind, yes. Yes, I need help with that. I need help being kind. I'm often not kind. That's what I've learned. That's a learned behavior, and I'm trying to unlearn it. So, yeah. Only the FBI is gay. That's why people flick to those rallies. They feel the love there. It's almost palatable. You can see it in the video. Yeah, that's true. That is so true. Oh gosh, that is so true. Okay, that's a really good point. Okay, how do we harness that? How do we harness that and put that back out? That's a really good point. That's a really good point. We've got to be able to harness that and put that out there. Ah, that's a great point. Okay, so we need to be sure to take that message and like run with it. That's a really good point. Okay. Hugs, not bugs. Yep, that's right. They do. You can't resist that. It's true. Jonin, it's true. The lefties, they can't resist it. They really can't. So, okay, this gives me a lot to these are all really good comments, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. This gives me a lot to work with, actually. So I'm going to work on this. I'm going to actually work specifically on this. Very, very good stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off and get to bed, but I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for asking about Kelly, and thank you for giving me all of the pointers. No buggy burgers for me. Yeah. Thank you for giving me more pointers, and I will catch you guys next time. Okay, I'm going to go to bed, but thank you so much. Let me know if there's anything that y'all need. Next time I go live, I will have my glossary of terms ready. So thank you so much. I'm going to sign out now, but thank you guys. I hope y'all have a good evening. Okay.
Evil is amongst us. Stay back, boy. This calls for divine intervention. I kick ass for the Lord.